follow that different member states have different interests. If you take a country like Great Britain, for instance, or Ireland, they don't have any heavy industry. They have the banking sector and the service sector. And in those sectors you need definitely less energies than if you have heavy industries like in Germany with still many companies producing steel, with our big car companies, with our engineering companies which produce power plants, generators, heavy things. And it is clear that with our industrial structure we have in Germany, we definitely need more energy to produce richness and welfare than a state like Sweden or Great Britain needs with a totally different structure of their economy. And this is just why we say we need a way of the European Union which really accepts that the different member states have different needs because of their different industrial structure. It doesn't help anything if it is not possible anymore in the future to build cars or to have heavy industries in Europe and to have them move to China, to Russia, to India, to the United States, to all those countries which don't take part at the Kyoto Protocol. This doesn't help the climate at all, and the only result would be that the people in Europe become unemployed and the climate would be harmed more, because once is clear, you can't find any more energy efficient car production on the whole world than in Europe. You can't find any more efficient steel production than in Europe. And so we should find a way to push our industries to become even better, but to become better in the European Union and not to push them out of Europe.
So now we have Silvia Adriana Ticău with us. She's a Romanian member of the European Parliament. She's a member of the Socialist Group of the EP and also a member for the Climate Change Committee. So a question to you personally. What is your opinion on this European climate change package?
I really believe that this package is one of the most important packages we have to deal with, and it will influence a lot the economy, the life of the European citizens, and I think everyone should give the right attention to this package.
But do you fear that the global financial crisis now will go in and put a stop to the package and ultimately maybe do that it won't get through?
In order to protect the environment, you need money. And unfortunately, the European budget does not have enough resources to deal with the climate package. And all the time we asked that we have to increase the lines budget related to climate package. And I hope in the future we will have more money for this. But the financial crisis, I think, will not stop or will have not to stop this package. Because, of course, when we discuss about climate package, we have to discuss also about the consumer behavior.
But do you feel that or think it would be delayed?
No, I think that in this period, climate package will, let's say, open the a new era and a new kind of thinking about the industrial processes and about the economy in general. So I really believe that the climate package and all these measures will boost the economy for the next 30 years.
But boost, that's a different approach from some of your colleagues that's afraid that it will cost jobs in the end. Don't you afraid of job losses in the EU?
Of course, in order to implement the climate package, we have to make investments. And we need money for this. We have to retechnologize some industrial processes, and of course we have to create new jobs in order to be able to tackle with the climate change issues. So I am sure that for let's say a short time period some jobs will be affected, but I think it is very important to try to keep on a long term the economic sustainability of the European Union, and this means investment and a sustainable economic development.
So climate change is a problem that affects us all. What can we personally do about it? We went out on the street and asked people what do they personally change in their habits, in their daily life, to improve, to make this problem better.
I try not to waste the water when I'm having a shower or something, or brushing my teeth.
I don't use my car if I am alone.
Well, I think it's an important question. What I am doing, not that much, I'll be honest.
So that was what the normal people here in the European Union do to tackle their daily life and climate change. But what do you do in your daily life to tackle the climate change issue?
I'm working on climate change already for a long time, so my life has adapted slowly. I think one of the things where you see it very strikingly is I have to travel a lot, and very many of my colleagues or other people around me, people here from Parliament, they are always surprised to hear that I travel mainly by train. Now I live in Prague, I work here. That means it costs time, but I also use that time now. In German trains you've got plugs, so you can work during your travel, and I think climate change does affect my life. It doesn't make it more nasty. It makes it different.
What do you do in your daily life to tackle this issue?
So first of all, I am trying all the time when I speak to the youngsters to make them aware about this field, the climate change. And also I changed my driving style, I changed the way I use the energy, and I started to use more public transport.
Now to get on question about energy policy. The fact that we need to seriously tackle this problem, does it mean that we also have to renounce a little bit to our ethical, ideological beliefs? Does that imply that we should use nuclear power for the short time, or is that not taken into account?
If I'm very honest, within Greenpeace, about 7 years ago, we've looked very openly to nuclear power because we saw climate change coming. We've put our beliefs on the shelf, so to speak, said, okay, let's look openly. We've calculated, and the result is shocking. Nuclear power on the certainly not on the short term, but also not on the long term, cannot help solving climate change. I'll give you a few numbers to illustrate that. The International Energy Agency came out with a scenario in which they doubled the amount of nuclear capacity until 2030. Doubled. Quadrupled it, 4 times as much in 2050. That would bring, in 2050, if they had 4 times as much nuclear power as we have now, would bring 6% CO2 reduction. 6% only. That's marginal. If we talk about CO2 reduction, if we talk 2050, we talk about 80%. Now the costs of that would be over 10 trillion euros. That's an incredible amount of money that we could use a lot more efficient if we would put it in other ways. And still, it has also the other negative parts of nuclear power.
But still the